Hockey Night Hangout, presented by Chevrolet.
They came, they saw.
Back to the point, and the official bumps into Ward, and it hits the goalpost.
They persevered.
The centering pass in front, they score! Poulet has tied it for Canada!
And when it mattered most,
Fortino rolling puck down low, shot, scores! It's Poulet again! Canada wins gold in overtime!
they came through. United by fortitude, desire, and determination, these gold medal champions perform.
Chevrolet, find new roads.
Hello everyone and welcome to Hockey Night Hangout. I'm Andi Petrillo. We love this show because we have incredible guests here and we take your questions and ask them to the guests. So really I don't do any work, you do all the work, which is why this is my favorite show. So here's a reminder of how you can get a hold of us at Hockey Night, at AndyPHNIC, use hashtag Hockey Night, and on Facebook it's Facebook/Hockey Night in Canada. As you saw by our opening, it was a game that had all of Canada on the edge of its seat. Canada versus USA, gold medal match. Canada down 2-0. It goes into OT, and the women win their 4th straight Olympic gold. So we are proud to say that Shannon Szabados is joining us here on Hockey Night Hangout, the winning goalie for Team Canada. Welcome to our show. Does it still feel like a dream?
It does. Every day still wondering how that all happened and just enjoying every moment.
We're going to talk about it in just a second, but another dream is you had a chance to practice with the Edmonton Oilers yesterday. How was that experience?
Yeah, it was pretty amazing, you know, just to be out there on the ice with those guys. And, you know, a lot of us girls skate and train with NHL guys in the summer, but to actually be a part of a team practice in the middle of their season was something pretty special and something I'll never forget.
And it was on trade deadline day too, no doubt. So were the guys really nervous?
Yeah, you could tell a few of them were in the room. They were watching the Trade Center and they were, you know, giving each other a hard time. And it was kind of a neat process to see and be a part of.
Who has the hardest shot?
I don't know. Yakupov had a pretty hard shot.
Haha. Did anyone give you a hard time? Were you accepted right away as kind of one of the team?
Yeah, I felt kind of just one of the guys as soon as I went in there. Andrew Ferentz brought my bag right into the room, and all the guys that I hadn't known before introduced themselves, and were laughing around, having a good time on the ice, and giving each other a hard time.
I have to say, and I know I was saying this off camera, that I absolutely love your energy because even Vancouver Heritage Classic, you forgot Haley Wickenheiser was mic'd up and you're standing there being honored and you're like, should I take out my phone and take a picture? I mean, how incredible has all of this been for you?
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind, and I think every one of us is just trying to enjoy every second of this. I know for me personally, you know, the practice with the Oilers, going out on the ice at the Oiler game, going out on the ice at the Heritage Classic, just everything has been so amazing and just trying to soak it all in.
Well, fans have sent in some questions. They absolutely love you guys. So let's get to the viewer questions. And this one comes from Lindsay Shields. What song did you guys play in the dressing room before and after games? I want to know your gold medal playlist, she said. So is there a song you play before and maybe even after?
We have a variety. We have a few different DJs that like to put different music on. I think Timber was one of our go-to songs. I personally didn't enjoy our music, so I would throw my own headphones on and listen to my own iPod, which is a lot of Eminem and rap and pump-up music.
Ah, so you're not into the Kesha and the Pitbull Timber, but okay, so we like our Eminem. Good to know. So Clayton Berg wants to know, how difficult was it for you, the team, the coach, to have 2 elite goaltenders that could have started? But I guess, how do you work together as a goalie tandem and make the team as successful that it was?
Yeah, I think it's a good problem for any team to have, and I honestly truly believe we had 3 goaltenders that any one of us could have played in that gold medal game, and it's all about, you know, competing off the ice but being friends or competing on the ice, sorry, and being friends off the ice. And, you know, ultimately we're working towards one goal, and that's to win the gold medal. And, you know, whether I was in net or in the stands or filling water bottles, you know, that goal wouldn't have changed, and I would have supported whoever was in the net. And that's the way I felt with Genevieve Lacasse and Charlene Labonte behind me.
Yeah, no, it's a great attitude to have. So this comes from Anique Racine, what is your pre-game routine and pre-game meal?
Well, when we're on the road, our pre-game meals are pretty much laid out for us, but if I were to choose, it would be like a chicken and vegetable stir fry. And pre-game routine is just show up to the rink about 2 hours, 2.5 hours if it were up to me before the game. And I like to get ready early. I start getting ready 30 minutes before on-ice warm-up, and just kind of get in the zone, put my headphones on, do some visualization for the game.
Perfect. Next question. Was there a lot of pressure on you to be a leader of the team?
I think yes and no. Obviously, being in Vancouver, one of the more experienced players on the team, I guess, or having gone through that. But at the same time, I think you just need to be yourself and play your role. And I think just going through that experience, I felt a little more comfortable being in more of a leadership role. But yeah, I just tried to help out wherever I could.
Yeah, it seems great. I know the Canadians, everyone was saying that they had so many veterans. And of course, could they be too slow against a fast, young American team? But it seems when you have so many leaders on that team, you guys really all kind of shared that leadership equally. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, that's, you know, it definitely was probably our strength this year was our leadership. You know, take a look at players like Kaylee Wickenheiser, Karen Willette, Jana Hefford, you know, players like that who have been around for so long. And so, I mean, for us younger players, or, you know, I say younger like a 1 or 2 time Olympian because they're all 4 or 5 time Olympians. But there was so much leadership to go around the dressing room that was shared amongst us.
So I know how I felt, and I'm pretty sure I know how the rest of Canada felt. But what went through your mind, because you had been pulled at this point, watching the puck heading towards the empty net and hitting the post? This is when you guys now were down 2-1 and trying to tie it up. What went through your mind when you saw that puck heading towards the net?
Honestly, this is the most common question I get asked, and I was so far down the bench. I wasn't even on the bench. I was like outside on like almost in the viewing area because I was trying to see, and I thought it was going wide. Like, it didn't even look like it was going close to me. And then the closer it got, I was just praying it wasn't going to go in. And so until the second it hit the post, I had no idea it was even that close.
How nerve-wracking is that even for a goalie? Like, you're waiting for that call to run to the bench and get the extra attacker. And in a gold, I'm sure it's happened to you 100 times, but in a gold medal Olympic game, was that different?
It was, and this is a question I haven't been asked. And I think there is about 6 minutes left, and there is a TV timeout, and I was at the bench, and I asked Kevin Deneen, I said, if it comes down to it, like, when do you want me to come? And at the time, we were down by 2, so I figured he was going to say, like, maybe the 3-minute mark, a 4-minute mark or something, and he said, probably 1.5 minutes.
Oy.
And I was like, oh, I skated back to the net, and I'm like, oh, gosh, like, that's not a lot of time to get 2 goals. So, you know, luckily we got that one with 3.5, and I think he just had the confidence in us to get that first one, and once we got that first one, I knew we could do it.
Yeah, that's always it. The goalie dance is what we call it when you're not quite sure when you're supposed to head to the bench yet.
Yeah.
But so Will Sibley wants to know, who's your goalie coach?
Matt Cockell is our goalie coach. He was the goalie coach for the Brandon Wheat Kings, and he was with us full-time this year.
And I guess that leads perfectly into David Jones's question. What advice would you have for young goalies?
Just have fun with it, and I think for me, goaltending is about being a student of the game. So try to just learn as much as you can and take it in and use it and have fun with it.
The Olympics are so great because we see the camaraderie, fellow athletes supporting each other, and I thought it was so great. The letter Kaylee Humphries, Heather Moy sent to you guys, what kind of inspiration did you guys get from that and reading that letter?
Yeah, it meant a lot to us, especially because we were watching them as a team when they won their gold medal. Couldn't be more excited. I have video of the girls jumping up and down and screaming and cheering, and we were so excited for them. And so our game was the very next day, and to get that letter, and I'm not sure the exact wording, but it basically nailed it on the head what we needed to do in those last 3 minutes. And so I think we definitely took that to heart and used it as motivation.
All right, a couple more questions for you. Matt Irving wants to know, how was your second Olympic experience compared to your first? And do you dream of one day following in the footsteps of Manon Rhéaume and dressing in a game in NHL competition?
As far as my first Olympics compared to the second, first one obviously was a little special, having it at home in Vancouver. But at the same time, I was 23 at the time. It was my first Olympics. I had no idea what to expect. I don't remember a lot of it because I think I was just in shock the whole time. I remember just keeping myself and not really venturing out. And I think I had a lot more fun in Sochi, interacting with the other athletes, going to other events, enjoying every moment. And obviously with 2 gold medals, can't complain with either one. They were both special. And as far as dressing, I don't know. I think that's probably a long shot unless it was like a last case scenario for an NHL team. But you never know. I know talked to Dallas Eakins from the Oilers and said if they're ever in a bind again and need a goalie for practice, he wouldn't hesitate to call me. So.
Hey, at the end of the day, you got 2 Olympic gold medals. Half the guys on those teams, I don't know. So I'm just saying, I'm pointing that out. And finally, Debbie Cathers wants to know, how does it feel to be a part of an awesome team effort? And she wants you to know that she's very proud to be a Canadian citizen right now.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was an unbelievable game and the most exciting game I've ever been a part of. And I couldn't be more proud of our team. And the response that we've got from all of Canada and all over the world has been so overwhelming, and we can't thank you guys enough for your support.
So a couple questions more here, because I know a lot of people were asking, even when we were over there, and people know the rivalry between Canada and USA, and a lot of people were saying, is it that deep? Do you guys really have that kind of hatred for each other? What is it like between you guys and the American team? I mean, is there this true intensity where maybe you don't talk off the ice? Maybe fill us in a little gossip.
I'm in a little bit of a different situation. I've spent my whole career in Canada, played on a men's college university team, so I personally don't know any of the American players off the ice. 90% of our team does and has played with a lot of the girls and speak very highly of them off the ice, but there is definitely no love lost on the ice. We are 2 countries that do not like playing against each other, and I think it just comes down to the love of the game and both teams wanting to be number 1.
Now, when you guys were hearing stories of the 1998 American team, that they were the only time that they won gold, talking to this team here and kind of pumping them up, and them obviously having won 4 of the last 5 world championships, what did you guys do to wrap your head around it to say, no way, we're not ready to relinquish our crown?
I don't know that there's a lot said. I think our team is so determined and so motivated to just represent our country well, and we hate to lose. And we didn't fare so well leading up to this Olympics, whether it was in our exhibition games or in the last couple World Championships. So we've been working extremely hard the last 4 years, and especially these last 9 months that we've played together, and there was no way we were losing that game.
Well, no kidding. You put on quite a show for us. You made us nervous, but then you also made Canada proud. So Shannon Szabados, the winning goaltender for Team Canada at these Olympics, thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
No problem. Thank you.
You've been watching Hockey Night Hangout. Thanks to everyone who sent in their questions. A reminder, this is how you get a hold of us, at Hockey Night, at Andi PHNIC, using hashtag Hockey Night. And on Facebook, it's Facebook/Hockey Night in Canada. Thanks for joining us, folks. We will see you next time.
Chevrolet, find new roads.